Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. I was going to let Frank introduce this segment because he does such a great job, but I'm gonna save Frank for the last segment. How about that, Frank? Is that okay with you? That'll prepare you so you
that'll be just fine.
So you won't be real nervous when you try to introduce the segment. So. And I know Frank's excited about listening to this next young man. A lot of us in the Mid-South, particularly around the Memphis area, and all you folks out in Brownsville, Tennessee, Jackson, Tennessee, throughout the Mid-South that are listening to this radio show on this Saturday morning, know this young man's name. He is, of course, we get the Atlanta Braves here. When I told my pastor, who was the biggest Atlanta Braves fan that I know, I think if he could, he would change his name to Chipper Lindhaus instead of Elliot Lindhaus. And when I told him that Austin Riley was going to be on the show, he might even be up this morning to listen to it. But we're happy to have Austin Riley on with us this morning. Good morning, Austin.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right. And I told Austin and Frank this, that I was watching a video a night before I was deer hunting back in December, and we had a bunch of videos in there. That's all you do when you're at deer hunting, and there came Austin, and he was in Nebraska, and he was cold. But something warmed him up. He killed an amazing buck, and I said, I got to get Austin on this show, and we've got him this morning. So talk about that experience. I know that we can talk all day about the Atlanta Braves and the third baseman and all these different kind of things, and DeSoto Central High School. We're also proud of you here, but talk about the experience of being on the Real Tree Road Tour video.
Oh, it's awesome. Tyler is an unbelievable guy, along with Bill.
Yes.
I got to know Tyler through the Braves. He's a huge Braves fan.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
So we linked up there, and the last couple of years we've been going on some hunts. I'm guessing you're talking about the Nebraska hunt.
The Nebraska hunt. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was, we were there for 5 days. The first 3 days it was terrible weather. It was 70 degrees. Deer weren't moving.
And then the ice storm came in. So.
Right. Ice. We got ice one day. The temperatures dropped. We started seeing some deer. Then we got some snow, which was really cool.
Yes.
Couldn't get down to the river. It was so slick that morning. Decided to sleep in.
You slept in. That's a great thing for deer hunting, is to sleep in. And still
right.
And still know they're going to be there. So
yeah.
So the cameraman was in there with you. It looked like it was awful tight. I don't know where he was. But those
redneck blinds are actually really comfortable.
I have a redneck ghillie blind, ground blind.
Yes.
Oh,
they're awesome.
They're awesome. So it's got plenty of room. So you're there, and now have you grown up hunting? Did you hunt when you were younger, or is this something that you just started?
I did. I hunted a little bit with my dad, but I killed my first deer with my uncle, Heath Hill. He's kind of really shown me, got me into bow hunting.
Same way with me. That same way. My uncle's what taught me. So
yeah.
So you cut your teeth hunting North Mississippi? Is that basically what you did, or family land, or what?
Some family land. My grandmother has some land in Charleston, Mississippi. But like my uncle grew up, he lives in Winona, Mississippi.
Okay,
so I spent a lot of time there. Just as much as my mom could take me down there, I'd spend the weekend.
Yeah, primarily deer hunting. Is that your primarily thing?
Yeah, deer hunting is. I duck hunt a little bit, but mainly deer hunting.
Okay, Frank, you heard that. He does duck hunting a little bit, but he's like me. He mainly deer hunts. But
right.
So what the invitation to the Real Tree hookup? That's got to be a thrill. I mean,
yeah, it was. It was pretty cool because, like I said, I grew up watching Bill and Tyler and Michael Waddell, all those guys. Those are my the guys I watched on TV. And
yes,
the first time I met up with Tyler hunting, we went to this farm there in Georgia, and they got an unbelievable place.
Yeah,
it was
do.
a cool experience.
Yeah, and that got you going. So they invited you to Nebraska. You ever been to Nebraska? before?
Nope, never hunted out of Mississippi.
Never hunted out of Mississippi. They got the video camera going. They got you in that redneck ground blind. It looks like you were cold, but you really were cool. No pun intended on this. So, how nervous were you? I know bases loaded, and you're at bat is the third baseman of the Braves, and did you get that nervous?
It's definitely the same, adrenaline.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
It's definitely, your heart's pounding, and I kind of go back to those redneck blinds. They're so nice, and we had a buddy heater in there, so I didn't have a bunch of clothes on.
Yes. Yeah.
So when we opened the windows,
that's
like I said, it was. I was freezing, along with a big buck out in front of me. I was pretty shook up.
And do you bow hunt? Is that one of your passions there? A bow hunt?
Yes, I pulled out my rifle one time this year. I do bow hunting on them most.
Really? So this buck comes in. You got a doe standing right in front of you, spitting on you. And the buck comes in, and all of a sudden, you look like you got real calm. I don't know if your heart was beating, skipping, or what. So, talk about making sure that shot was good.
I just, for some reason, I don't know what it is. It's like I'll shake until when I draw. And when I draw, I don't know if something comes over me.
Yes.
I kind of go into a very calm, relaxed state, and then I shoot, and then it's right back to shake on adrenaline.
And then finding that night, did you realize how big that deer was?
That's what's crazy. From Mississippi to Nebraska, the body of the deer,
yes,
are what's such a an eye opener. For a guy that doesn't hunt the Midwest much.
Right. Yeah. It's the big body.
Oh, yeah, it was like a freaking cow.
It did look like that, too. Yeah. I think it was a 9-point, wasn't it? Was it a 9-point?
It was.
Yeah,
it was.
It was a 9. Was that the biggest deer you've killed in your life? Then
I actually killed one a hair bigger in same spot the year before. But it was coming down to the last day. It was an old tank of a deer. We saw him the night before.
Yeah.
So we, like I said, come down to the wire, do some tough hunting, and elected to shoot him.
Well, that's really good. Again, we're talking to Austin Riley of the Atlanta Braves, and who loves to deer hunt and lives in Hernando, Mississippi. Austin, you got a lot of fans here. Talk about going into this season. I've got to ask you this. This has been a crazy year, 2020, and now we're on 2021. Thank goodness. So what's ahead for you? You want to be that third baseman for the Braves, don't you?
Yeah, it's looking like it. Looking like I'm going to have an opportunity to be the starting guy. Still obviously got to go out there, this spring and play well and show that I just, earned the job. But, I also heard here recently that it looks like we are going to start on time, going to have a normal spring training time, along with 162 games. That's the plan. So we're stepping in the right direction, that's for sure.
And I know that when you report sometime in February, have you told you?
Right around Valentine's Day.
Right around
13th, 14th, 15th.
Well, that's great, buddy. Well, I know that, Frank, you're talking to Austin Riley. I know I'm a Cardinal fan, but I still pull for Austin, okay? I'm sorry. I don't know if Austin grew up being a Braves fan. Yeah, Frank, got a question for Austin? Frank?
What? I'm sorry, what?
You got a question? You got a question for Austin?
Where are you going to go next? Deer hunting.
He wants deer hunting's over.
Yeah, I wish I was traveling again, but I'm not. I'm done for the year.
He's done. Yeah.
I'm in full baseball mode, but have some plans. Probably go up to Nebraska again next year. I'm gonna draw for Kansas too, so hopefully I can draw there. Those are the two spots I'd like to go back.
Well, I know one place you need to go, and I'm gonna put Frank on the spot. Sometime next year, Frank, you need to take Austin duck hunting. Frank has got.
How about the three of us go?
Yeah, well, I will go. Austin will carry me in. No, Frank has all the equipment to carry you in Austin, we want to get you in one of Frank Barton's duck blinds in East Arkansas because
that's fine with me.
Because he's got 2 great spots to hunt. He's taken me many times, and it's just a passion with Frank. And so I got your number here. We're going to set you up a trip with Frank. Is that okay with you? If he brings,
Sounds fine with me.
All right, Austin. How about it next year? Okay.
That works for me.
Let's do it, buddy. We appreciate you being with us on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Congratulations on the big bucks. I don't mean in dollars. Well, congratulations with that too. I mean, that works out. That works out both ways and everything. But we hope you have a great season. Look forward to seeing you and talking to you again, man. Okay, have a great day. All right.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. All right. All right, Austin Riley, let's take a break on Outdoors with Larry Ray and talk to Frank into taking him next year. Frank, that's okay with you, right? All right?
You bet.
Okay. All right. We'll take a break, come right back. Frank's going to close out today's show with the introduction that beats all introductions on Outdoors with Larry Ray. That's the FM voice himself, Frank Barton. We'll be right back.